Hello everybody and a very big welcome back to the most rarest and forgotten kids shows with me, Emily. So for those of you who don't know or if you're like new to my YouTube channel, well obviously this is what I usually do. Now for the past 4 years, well nearly 5 actually, I would say come by September, oh was it August? I can't even remember, but yeah. No, what I usually do is I choose an old classic show that we all watched when we were kids, and I talk about it. I talk about my favourite shows on that episode, and then I share some very positive and very funny memories and some that are a little bit embarrassing. So yeah, and I was actually going to try and do this like a few weeks ago, but of course with the January blues, and if you ask me like how the crap did I cope through it, well, do you know what, surprisingly fantastic. I've been feeling so good. I've been managing my mental health. I've been feeling happy. I haven't felt depressed. I haven't really struggled. And you know what? It is such a massive difference. I mean, I was so determined to like really make a difference to my mental health, get through the January blues. And you know what? It really does work. And you know what? Making those a few changes I did a few months ago, it really has worked wonders. So yeah, if you're thinking about changing your mental health, making sure that, you know, you can do things that makes you happy, go out there and freaking do it, because really, you never know. So let's not waste any more time and talk about this very classic and such a heartwarming show I loved watching as a little girl.
Oswald.
It's Oswald, the character who's so lovable, caring, and all about a little blue octopus with a little dog called Weenie. Oh my god, I absolutely loved Oswald when I was a child. So if you're wondering, how did I even get into watching Oswald? Well, this is actually a memory I would very much love to share. So when I was, how old was I? About 7, 8? Yeah, 7 years old. I was in W.H. Smith's with my mom, and I think it was a Friday afternoon. So my mom picked me up from school. We went into W.H. Smith's and she said I can choose a video. Exciting, isn't it? Very exciting. That was back in the day. And I remember seeing this VHS tape of like the Bumper Kids special. So obviously it's on the screen, so I'm pretty sure that you'll know what it means. And of course, me being me, I spotted Angelina Ballerina, and of course me being me, I had to buy it, and of course that included Oswald as well. So cut a long story short, my mum bought it. She asked me if I was sure about it, and I said yes mummy, it's got Angelina on it, it's got Angelina on it. And bless her, the shopkeeper like looked at me with a smile thinking, oh, that girl's so cute. So yeah, I put it on, and when I watched Oswald for the first time, I wasn't that interested in it. But then when I did start to watch it, I thought, you know what? I like him. He's actually quite sweet. So, yeah. And the first episode that I watched with Oswald was the one where Henry needed a haircut. So, Henry, the penguin, is Oswald's very best friend and neighbour. Because I would say they live in like some sort of flat. And a bit awkward. So, yeah. And of course, today's a very special day because Oswald, Henry and Weenie and their other friend Daisy, they all go out to the diner for breakfast. However, when they go and pick up Henry, there's a little problem. Let's have a look at it.
Ready to go to breakfast, Henry?
Ready, Oswald.
Henry? You have a feather sticking up on your head.
Oh, do I?
I remember when I first saw that episode, I had absolutely no idea that with Henry having a feather on his head, I thought that was just, you know, there for a reason. I had no idea that it had to like be cut off or anything. or like it was actually like a bit of a problem. So yeah, the weird thing is that, oh, okay, I have a feather, what am I going to do? So Henry decides to flatten it down. Does it work?
There. Is that better?
Nope. It popped up again.
Oh dear, Henry. Oswald is right. It did pop up again. Oh dear. So Henry decides to go to the bathroom and check this out. And this is what he decides to do. Let's have a look at it.
Great Scott. I'll take care of this. Where's my walrus whisker brush? There. Much better.
Oh dear. Even brushing it didn't even seem to help. But then Oswald has a very good idea. Let's see what it is.
Maybe you should go to the barber and get a trim.
The barber? Oh, no. Not the barber. Nope, no. Much too scary.
Do you know what? When I was little and I saw that for the first time, I seriously did not blame Henry for like saying, oh no, not the barber. Nuh-uh, it's scary. And you know, when I was little, I definitely agree with him because, I mean, I've always watched my mum have a haircut, my sister have a haircut. And, you know, watching it, it always made me feel so uncomfortable. And of course, you know, they do use scissors, of course they do. But then I think what Henry is more worried about is that the fact that it's going to hurt. And honestly, I mean, a little fun fact and a little secret that you may not even know this, but I've never had a haircut at the hairdresser before. But I did have my hair in highlights a couple of times, and honestly, going to like the hairdressers, having my hair dyed, it is like the best feeling in the world. It's like you go in there, you sit down, they do all the work for you. And you know what? Whenever I was there, I had absolutely like no horrible thoughts. It's like the best feeling in the world, and especially when they like wash it out. Oh my God, they make you sit on these special recliner chairs, lean your head back, and they do it all for you. That is so... But sadly, Henry disagrees with Oswald's plan and he decides to come up with a better idea, but it's going to be pretty stupid. Let's have a look at it.
There. Now I don't have to go to the barber.
Are you sure about that, Henry? Because wearing a boot on your head, that's going to be a little bit awkward, and I'm pretty sure you're going to get very badly stared at. But of course, Henry doesn't even care. So Oswald and Weenie, they walk up to meet Daisy. Now, Daisy is definitely one of my favourite characters. She's always like so happy. She's very bright. And of course, she's a daisy flower. So nothing really ever bothers her, doesn't it? No, nothing. But of course, she's in for a bit of a surprise.
Henry, you have a shoe on your head.
And your point is?
Well, it looks kind of silly.
Silly? You really think so?
I hate to agree with Daisy, but yeah, Henry, you do look very silly wearing a boot on your head.
You should go to the barber, Henry.
That's what I told him.
Wow, even Daisy thinks that Henry should also have a haircut too, but Henry still denies it. So Henry being Henry, he decides to think of another idea. He decides to do this.
I'll just wear a hat to cover the feather.
I remember when me and my sister watched it, that I'll just wear a hat to cover the feather. That became my sister's biggest catchphrase. And honestly, it is so freaking unreal because, you know, I haven't heard her say that in ages. And you know what? It feels so freaking good. Because honestly, it was so annoying. It was getting to a point where I was getting really annoyed at it. So, yeah. So, of course, off he goes to Bingo's hat shop. Do you know, one thing that I've actually noticed on the show is that there are lots of places that include bingo. It's a bit unusual. So, as Henry goes into the shops, obviously the hat shop, let's see what type of hat he comes out with.
There. Now I don't have to go to the barber.
That's one big hat, Henry.
I absolutely love the part when like he comes out wearing this massive sombrero and Oswald's standing there like, Henry, are you actually serious? Like, you know, the eyes are like, and then next minute his eyes are like, and the worst thing about it is that he can't even see out of it. And you know what the sad truth is that it doesn't even like seem to bother him. So yeah, let's have a little look at it.
Oops, pardon me, madam.
Now that is what I call awkward. So they make it to the diner for the big breakfast, but unfortunately Henry and his big hat, or obviously a sombrero he calls it, can't even get through to it. So he decides to eat outside with all of his friends, and of course they are greeted by the owner, the beautiful Madam Butterfly. Let's have a look at her.
Hello, Oswald, Daisy, Weenie, and who is this?
That's Henry.
Oh, of course. Hello, Henry.
Hello, Madam Butterfly. May I see a menu, please?
It's right in front of you. But you won't be able to see it unless you take your hat off.
I absolutely love the bit where like Madam Butterfly says hello to Henry and Henry just like looks another way and says, oh, hello, Madam Butterfly. You know, it's a bit weird, but still, you know, it really does make me laugh. But unfortunately, he can't even read his menu unless he takes the hat off. And of course, he gets a little bit frustrated and then it happens again. Let's have a look at it.
All right, I'll take it off.
Oh, gracious.
Henry has a feather that won't stay down.
You should go to the barber, Henry.
That's what I told him.
Me too.
No, I don't want to go to the barber. I have a better idea. I'll put this jelly on my head. There. Now I don't have to go to the barber. Pretty slick, don't you think?
Did I just see that? Did I just see him putting jelly on his head? Ew! But then again, it's not disgusting for one scary creature. Let's have a look at it.
Get away. Get away. Get away.
Oh, run, Henry, run. That fly is out to get your jelly. Absolutely scary, I must say.
Beat it. Square.
Henry, what are you going to fall into the... Oh my God, is he okay? Oh, and his feather pops up again. But eventually Henry decides, you know what? All right, I'll face my fear. I'll go to the barber. Let's go and see him. As they go into the barber, they meet another Bingo, the rabbit. And do you know what? I absolutely love that character. He's so friendly. He's so caring. And he's so comforting. Because there's a scene on there where like Henry goes, it's not going to hurt, is it? And then he goes, oh, not at all, my friend. And, you know, he just gives him a little pat on the back, you know, just to like comfort him and like reassure him. And as he like notices like the feather sticking up on his head, he decides to cut it off. Oh God, I think we should have a look at it.
Tell me when it's over.
It is over, Henry.
Huh?
See?
Why, that didn't hurt at all.
Wow, it only took just 1 second for it to be cut off. That is amazing. Bingo, you are awesome. Another one of my favourite episodes of Oswald, and still to this day, oh my God, it still makes me laugh like there's no tomorrow. Now that episode is called A Sticky Situation. Now, when I mean that this episode is so funny, I will get to that in just a few moments. So on this episode, it's a very cloudy and a very grey day in the town where Oswald lives. And he and Oswald decide that it's not a good idea to go to the park and play, which is very sad really. But then again, it wouldn't be fun at all. And then he gets a knock on the door. I wonder who it could be.
Hiya, Oswald.
Oh, it's Daisy, everybody. I wonder what she's doing at that time of the morning. What are you doing here, Daisy?
My Aunt Marigold just sent me the recipe for her amazing super sticky honey buns. And here's everything we need.
Wow. And ingredients of like making super sticky honey buns. That does sound like a good idea. Definitely much better than going to the park. So him and Daisy walk into the kitchen and they get everything sorted out. And of course, Daisy has a very special ingredient. Let's have a look at it.
Big jar of scrumptious honey.
Ooh, do you know what? Even though it's a cartoon, I seriously cannot resist my mouth drooling. That honey looks so freaking delicious. And, you know, I've never tried honey, but I would love to give honey a try. Maybe at some point in the springtime. I'm not so sure, but we'll see. We'll see. So they go through all of the ingredients. I think it's like, 2 flowers, 1 pat of butter, 2 spoonfuls of sugar. But there is one more special ingredient that has to be added before they mix it all together. But unfortunately, the fact that one honey has to be 1 drop, Daisy definitely disagrees. And this is what she does. Let's have a look at it.
That can't be right. It should be at least 2 drops. 1, 2,
But Daisy,
or maybe 4 drops. 3, 4.
All right, Daisy, I think that's enough now.
Or maybe I should put it all in.
Oh my God, you put the whole jar of honey in the bowl? I don't think that's going to end well. And of course, it doesn't end well because as Oswald tries to stir it up, the spoon gets stickier and stickier until, boom.
oh my gosh. Now the spoon's stuck.
Maybe if I mush it and squish it with my hands instead.
Daisy, I don't think that's a good idea because something might happen to you. And even Oswald knows that because he's reading the book. Let's have a little look at it.
You might get stuck.
Oh my God, do you know what? I remember when I saw that for the first time as a child and like when Oswald showed the book of like no hand like sticking in the honey, I was absolutely horrified. I don't know why, but it really did scare me a little because I thought, oh my God, Daisy did something really bad. She's going to get herself in trouble. And of course she gets herself into trouble. She's got her hand stuck in the bowl full of honey. Gosh, it's absolutely scary. So Oswald tries to help Daisy by pulling the bowl as hard as he can. And eventually it works. But it suddenly gets bad again. Let's have a look at it.
Hooray! Thanks, Oswald.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no! Now you're stuck too.
Oh, Daisy, you had to shake his hand, didn't you? But then again, how else could Daisy like thanked Oswald for helping her? I mean, imagine if she gave him a hug. Oh my God, they would be like stuck together and they would have to like try and walk out of the door. And that would be so awkward. Literally so awkward. And poor Oswald, bless him, he can't even get unstuck either. And then he decides to look at the book. There could be instructions about how to get yourself unstuck.
Oh no. I can't even read it now.
Oh, great. There had to be honey on that cookbook. Damn it. So, Oswald and Daisy decide to go see Henry and ask for help. But as they go see Henry, he doesn't think it's all that bad. All he has to do is just wipe it off. But I don't think that's a good idea. Let's have a look at it.
Careful, Henry. You might get stuck. Too. Oh, great Scott.
Now they are all really
Really
Really?
stuck.
And just a little reminder to everyone that really Stark will go on throughout the whole entire episode. And you know what? A funny thing also happens in this moment is that Daisy wonders, well, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? And then she has this other very stupid idea of like trying to reach for like the telephone and ask for help. Let's have a look at it.
You know, let's call someone and ask for help.
Whoa!
Yeah, good idea, Henry and Oswald. Don't make her get stuck on the telephone. That would be really bad. I mean, yeah, how on earth could she possibly... Yeah, I think we all know what would have happened if she got herself stuck on the telephone. It would be a very bad result. So Oswald, Henry and Daisy decide to go out into town and hopefully find a number of people that could help. First they ask the two adorable little eggs called Henry... No, not Henry and Leo. Egbert and Leo. Yes, Egbert and Leo. And I've got to say, I think it's Egbert who has the most very deep accent, whereas Leo's got a bit of a high-pitched accent. Let's have a little look at it.
Egad, now we're really stuck.
Stuck? Really?
Oh dear. Now they're really...
Really?
Really? Stuck.
Gosh, and it just gets stickier and stickier. But then Oswald has another brilliant idea. He decides to get Daisy and Egbert to pull as hard as they can out of the sticky on the left, and Henry and Leo on like the other side, a bit like a tug of war, Daisy says. So they count to 3 and they pull as hard as they can. Do you think it will work? Let's have a look at it.
Oh.
I don't know why this made me laugh so much, but you know what? Seeing Oswald and, you know, getting stuck, like having like the whole bunch of honey on his face, it actually makes him look like he's got hair. Literally like hair made out of honey. And so off they go. And once again, as usual, they go and find someone else who could just read the book. I mean, surely, like, there could be, like, other people into town. I mean, come on, guys. So this time, they bump into Madame Butterfly and her adorable caterpillar daughter, Katrina. And of course, they now know that, well, obviously Daisy now knows that you must use 1 drop of honey. So, with Oswald warning Madame Butterfly to be very careful about reading the instructions, Madame Butterfly is very cautious and carefully reads, but as she's not looking, Katrina does something very terrible.
Katrina, no!
Oh, Katrina, you had to get into the honey, didn't you? And of course, now they're all really
Stuck.
Now here comes the funny part.
We paper doll people like to stick together, but this is too much.
That, like, seeing like the paper ragdoll sliding down the hill and getting stuck also, oh my god, that made me belly laugh so many times that I kept rewinding the same clip. It was just so funny. I don't know why, but yeah, it's just like the fact they were holding hands and going, whoa! You know? And it just goes from bad to worse. Let's have a look at it.
Oswald, I think it's getting worse.
Golly tamale! This way!
No, over here.
Whoa, did you see that fly? It just got unstuck on its own. What the hell? But then again, as it begins to pour down with rain, something amazing happens.
Hey! I'm not stuck anymore!
Neither am I. And neither am I.
Yay!
Yay! Everyone's unstuck! Woo! And of course, now that they've all got unstuck, Oswald can finally read the instructions about what to do when you get stuck. So, Oswald, what is it?
Use plenty of water.
Oh, just use plenty of water. Why didn't I think about it in the first place? Another one of my favourite episodes of Oswald never fails to make me feel a little bit sad for Daisy, because this episode is all about a broken vase. Now, as Henry goes fly fishing, I think it's called. Yeah, he goes fly fishing, leaving Oswald and Daisy to look after his home. And while he's away for the day, Daisy thinks that, oh, you know, it's all fun and games, and, you know, like, she decides to jump on the sofa. However, this ends in a very bad disaster. Let's have a look at it.
Oh my gosh, the vase! Whoa!
Oh, Daisy, you broke the fish vase. Now Henry's going to be so mad. Oswald, what do you think Daisy should do?
Gee, I think the best thing to do is tell Henry what happened. I'm sure he'll understand.
Obviously, we all know Henry can be moody. He can be, like, self-centered, and obviously all about him, about what he likes doing. So, yeah, he can. I don't think he would even want to be Daisy's friend anymore. And do you know what? That really does break my heart, because most of the episode, she's like, you know, like, very sad and, like, heartbroken. And really, my heart just goes out to her. It is so sad. But of course, hoping that Henry won't find out, she decides to fix it and uses some glue and try and fix it like a jigsaw puzzle. However, it doesn't seem to work, because this is the result.
There's no way I can fix this vase. What am I going to do now, Oswald?
Daisy, please don't be sad. You're my favourite type of flower. Seeing you sulk is just going to make me want to sulk. But then again, Daisy has another brilliant idea. She decides to go to the shop and maybe buy a new vase. So they're off, they go to the bars and they meet Bingette. And let's have a little look at, like, the few other vases.
I know just what you're looking for. Ta-da!
Oh my God, it's Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Bingette, please can I have it? Oh wow, thank you, Bingette. Although her hair is very dusty. Geez, it really needs a good dusting. Blimey, how did it get like that? But unfortunately, it's not the same as what Henry's got. So Bingette shows another example.
Here's our electric eel vase. It lights up and wiggles.
No, I don't think that is it either.
It in this.
Bingette, yes, that's it, that's it.
Oh my goodness!
That wasn't my fault. It was Daisy that jumped up for joy.
Sorry, guys.
Thanks, Bingette.
Oh, you know, seeing Daisy walk out of the shop, yeah, I don't even blame her one little bit. The amount of times I did that as a child, when that wasn't available or that wasn't available. And you know what? I've just remembered this hidden childhood memory. I do remember what it was on. I think it was on a Tuesday, or was it on a Thursday? Yeah, I remember. I was gonna go to a dance club with my friend, and I think we were about, how old was I? About 8, 9 years old at the time. So we go into our leisure centre. We tell them, the receptionist, that, you know, we're here for that. And honestly, this freaking lady, oh my God, you know what? I still to this day freaking hate her. Still hate her. She comes out and says, oh, it's not on a Thursday, it's on a Tuesday. And we was just like, what? Like, we just couldn't believe it. Literally could not believe it. So me being me, I completely walked out and I gave such a massive kick on the wall, and my mum got so mad. So, and obviously, you know, I was like crying, I was having a tantrum right in front of my friend, and she just didn't seem to care. I think she understood how I felt. But my mum, bless her, she was like, I'm so sorry, darling, I'm so sorry. Obviously to my friend, not to me. So yeah, and we had to like walk all the way home, and honestly I was just so devastated. I hate thinking back to that, because honestly it is embarrassing. But then again, if you're a child and if you were like about to do something very exciting and then for that to happen, it's absolutely devastating. It really is. So, because yeah, I was thinking about that the whole entire day, and like more like a week. So, and if I remember rightly, we tried going again on the Tuesday, and again they said, oh, it's not on. So back to the episode. Daisy has a better idea. She decides to make a model of the fish face as the exact same vase as Henry's. So, with a little help from Weenie, do you think it will work? Let's have a look at it.
There. What do you think?
It kind of looks like Weenie with a fishtail.
Maybe I could tell Henry it's a dogfish.
No, I don't think that will work, Daisy.
Oh, it's no use, Oswald.
Oh, Daisy, that looks nothing like the fish face. It looks more like Weenie. Oh, dear. And so after so many ideas and so many like trying new things, Daisy decides to face the music. And honestly, let's have a look at it because it's actually like quite sad, but it is very, very touching. Let's have a look at it.
I was bouncing on your couch and I bounced the pillow off and it broke your favorite fish vase and I'm sorry.
You broke my favorite fish vase?
Yes, and I tried to fix it, but I couldn't. I understand if you're mad at me and don't want to be my friend anymore.
I'm not mad at you, Daisy.
You're not?
I have got to admit, when I first saw that episode, and obviously when like Henry said, I'm not cross with you, Daisy, and I was just like, oh wow, because like, you know, we all know Henry can be a little bit over the top sometimes, and of course, you know, Daisy like says, but that was your favourite vase, it was your favourite. But then here is a little twist. Let's have a little look at it.
But it was your favorite vase.
I know. That's why I have so many.
Oh my gosh.
A vase I could replace, but a friend like you is one of a kind.
Henry, you're the best.
Oh, that is definitely the most kindest thing I think I have ever heard Henry say. What a beautiful line that is. And do you know what? That really does show just how kind and how much of a heart Henry does have. Because, you know, Daisy is his special friend. And you know what? Makes me a little bit emotional, actually. Another favourite episode of Oswald that I absolutely love watching, this really does show just how tough it is to make friends, especially like now that you're an adult. It's a lot more harder, isn't it? It really is a lot harder. So on this episode, we meet the adorable, scary and quite big, but very kind, the adorable Pongo. Aww. Oswald and Weenie and like all like the other characters from the show all go on a hot air balloon ride. And of course, Pongo wants to join, but unfortunately he's way too big. Let's have a look at it.
How about, excuse me, can I just squeeze?
I'm sorry, Pongo, but there's no room for you.
Oh, Pongo, please don't be sad. I definitely know where you're coming from. I totally feel for you. But of course, Henry and Weenie, being the most kindest people on earth, and especially on that show, they decide to miss their fly on the balloon and cheer up Pongo. So at the start, Pongo and Oswald decide to go on a seesaw, but again, Pongo is way too big. But with a little help from Oswald, he decides that it's time for Pongo to maybe see a friend, maybe meet a friend that's just the right size for him. But who on earth in that town of Oswald could possibly be the right size?
I've got a great idea. Come on, Pongo. There's Laverne, the elephant. She'd be the perfect match for you.
Oh, the adorable white elephant Laverne. She's definitely another one of my favourite like characters. I don't know why, but she is just so cute. I just want to hug her. She's so adorable. But to get Pongo to play with Laverne, he has to walk up to her and say hello. But there's a little bit of a problem. Let's have a look at it.
Pongo, what happened?
I couldn't do it, Oswald. I'm too shy.
Oh, do you know what? I definitely know where Pongo is coming from, because believe it or not, I am the exact same. I mean, if you know me like personally, you'd be like really shocked how I am talking loudly and how I'm opening up to people. And do you know what the annoying thing is that when I'm at dance, I mean, again, I struggle like trying to say hello to people, trying to have conversations with people, and it is so tough. And especially like when you're in love with someone, but you don't want to say, I like you, do you want to go out with me? Oh my God, I really can't have the bottles to do that. It's really hard. So yeah, I definitely feel for Pongo. I mean, if I ever have children of my own, and if they say to me, Mummy, like that girl, I like that girl, she's very pretty. And one thing I would love to say to them is that if you want to make friends, I suggest you walk up to them and say, hello, my name is whoever. And I would definitely say to them, say that I would like to be your friend. Would you like to play with me? Or like say, do you want to play with me and be my friend? And you know, I think that's a very good lesson that us kids, like, well, obviously not me, but yeah, kids today should learn. That would be very nice. So Oswald decides to maybe bump into Laverne, but unfortunately that doesn't work. Let's have a look at it.
Excuse me, Henry.
Oopsie daisy, Pongo bumped into Henry. Oh dear. But then Henry comes up with an idea to give flowers and chocolates to Laverne. How adorable. What a really sweet idea that is coming out to be. But then, as he's about to give the flowers to Laverne, he sniffs it and then does a massive sneeze. Let's have a look at it. Oh no, his sneeze made him squash the flowers and the chocolates. Oh dear. But then Oswald has another brilliant idea. Now, for like the rest of the episode, you see Laverne walking by eating a whole load of peanuts. Now that's her favourite type of food. So, as the other characters fly back down from the balloon ride, Pongo decides to go and buy it by himself. And Oswald buys a few peanuts, leaves a trail on the ground for Laverne to find. And this is what happens. It is so freaking cute.
What is this peanut doing here? Hello, Laverne. I'm Pongo.
Hello, Pongo.
I said hello.
Oh, did you hear that, guys? Pongo said hello to Laverne and she was so friendly. Oh, they definitely are the perfect match. Of course they are the perfect match. I mean, when I first saw this and thought of Laverne, I thought, oh, I don't think she's going to like Pongo very much because he's quite scary. But she's actually so excited and so happy. She's like, oh, it's so nice to meet you, Pongo. Let's have a look at it.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you, Pongo. I've heard so much about you. I just love balloons. Don't you love balloons?
Now, on this UK version, the one that I've just shown you, Do you actually recognise that voice actress? I bet once I tell you who it is, you will definitely probably skip back a couple of times just to double check and think, oh, wow. But the actress who did the voice of Laverne is actually the same voice as Alice on Angelina Ballerina. It's funny because I kind of recognised it. I thought, that voice sounds very familiar. Who is it? And then when I Googled it, I was just so mind blown. I thought, wow, amazing. Another one of my favourite episodes of Oswald has got to be the one where it's Katrina the caterpillar's birthday. Aww, I absolutely adore Katrina. She's such a little cute caterpillar. What an adorable character to put on the show. It's so sweet. So, Oswald decides to offer a very special job. He decides to make the cake.
Make the cake.
I'm surprised how everyone went, oh! Surely it's not that hard to make a cake, is it? Especially Oswald, he can do anything. So, him and Weenie decide to make the cake, and it is a lot bigger than expected. I mean, let's have a look at it.
Pink icing. Good. With a strawberry on top.
Oh, blimey. How in the world is he going to manage to carry that massive cake over to the party? Oh, gosh. I think we better have a look at it. Oh, no. Oh, crap. All that for nothing? And he trips over and it falls into the water? Oh, dear. And the only thing that he's got left is the cupcake with the candle. Oh, well, it's just going to have to do, I'm afraid. But then again, when Oswald returns to the party, everyone is very happy, especially Katrina. Let's have a look at it.
What a magnificent little cake.
Just the right size for Katrina. It's the best, most beautiful birthday cake ever, Oswald.
Well done, chum. Happy birthday, Katrina.
Happy birthday, Katrina.
I remember when I watched that for the first time, I was so happy how everyone was so grateful. I mean, my heart went out to Oswald because he made that massive cake and it all came out with just a tiny little cupcake. But you know what? How everyone says, oh, it's just the perfect size. It just makes my heart melt. It is so cute. So we come to my very final favourite episode. Now, I've actually got tons and tons and tons of other episodes I would love to talk about, but the last thing I want to do is for this video to be removed due to copyright. So I'm going to try and make this a little bit short. So this episode I'm about to talk to you about includes a very famous pop star. Now, it's obviously someone that we don't even know personally or any celebrity, but this superstar is called Sammy Starfish. Now Oswald and Weenie are like #1 fans of this superstar. And Sammy Starfish goes on tour and he goes out to perform. So Oswald and Weenie decide to go over there and see him live. But as he goes there, he meets up with his friends. And then he tells them about Sammy Starfish, and they are all such big fans, especially Madam Butterfly. Oh my gosh, she goes crazy. I think we should have a look at it.
Sammy Starfish. Oh.
Pardon.
Can I get another raspberry milkshake, please?
And of course, Oswald, being the most kind octopus, he agrees to let his friends go and buy a ticket first. But that could end in a bit of a disaster. Let's have a look at it.
2, please.
Why did he just shake his head for? All the others got tickets.
I'm sorry, sir, but I'm afraid there are no more tickets.
Are you sure? Don't you have just 2 more tickets?
Wait a minute. Tickets. No, that's a button. Tickets. No, that's a donut. I'm sorry, sir. I'm afraid there just aren't any more tickets.
Okay. Thanks anyway.
You want half my donut?
No. Thank you. Come on, Weenie. Let's go. Oh, boy, Weenie.
Oh, do you know what? I seriously bet Oswald really regrets allowing his friends to go first, when really, if he just kept it secret, he probably wouldn't have cared. And honestly, him walking up to like the backstage of it all, oh my God, it breaks my heart. It really does break my heart. But then he is in for a bit of a good surprise.
Excuse me. Do you need help moving that piano?
I sure do. Thanks, friend. A little more. Ah, perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back swinging star of stars, Sammy Starfish.
Hello, big city.
Oh my God, it's the one and only Sammy Starfish! Ah! Wow, and Oswald got the opportunity to play the piano with him. How exciting! Let's have a little look at his performance.
I think you're wonderful. I think you're great. Man, you light up the sky. You're second to none and simply first rate. I just love this guy. What a dream come true to have a man like you to share this special night. I'm lucky as to be having you on stage with me. You make me shine so bright. Oh, I think you're wonderful. I think you're great. I just love this guy.
Oh, bravo, Oswald! What a brilliant way to end the show! That is fantastic! Wow, not only did he get to see Sammy Starfish live, but he got to play with him and got a standing ovation. That is amazing! So that is all we've got time for, I'm afraid. Hopefully I will keep on doing this and hopefully things will get a lot better. But hey, we've made it for the January blues and I think it's definitely a good sign to start thinking about the spring. So another thing I want to point out is that I have an Easter special that will be coming out very soon. I do need to think about what to do with it exactly, but I'm gonna hopefully make sure it will be very good. It might not be so good because the Easter special one I'm about to talk about is very rare and very well forgotten, so it might not have that many views. But anyway, I will see you guys real soon and take care. Bye!